welcome everyone. This is an absolutely incredible turnout. It's a true testament to what Suk meant to all of us. And it's a beautiful thing to see. A couple people were like, this is like a high school reunion or a convention or something. So it's really, really awesome, and I appreciate you guys coming out to show your support, being on time, this being Los Angeles. It's pretty remarkable. Friends, family, my name is Dave Ossico, and I'm honored to be here today to speak about a very special person who meant so much to each and every one of us, Suk Sung. The amount of love and support that has been shown to him since the news spread on Friday has been incredibly beautiful and very deserving. We had to find a larger location to hold this memorial because of the amount of people that wanted to be here. We've all gathered on this bittersweet day to show our love and respect for him. Now, it's bittersweet because we are sad and hurt and in pain, and we are all allowed to feel that for as long as we want. But I also would like for us to be able to celebrate his incredible life and contributions to all of us. To laugh and remember the millions of great times, the way he made us smile, his amazing heart, charm, and wit, and how much he loved. I don't mean to embarrass him in front of his mom, but Mom, he was kind of a ladies' man. Often reminding me of how good looking he was. I can hear him right now saying, Ossico, handle it. Recognize. Let's be sad, absolutely, but let's smile and laugh when we think of him. I met Suk in the late 90s, around 1997, which makes me about 78 years old, at a club called Purgatory, which a few of you might remember. I was there with my first girlfriend, who eventually left me for money, like many of them have. But that's a whole other story. Now, regardless, I was with her and her group of very attractive friends. We were sitting at a table, and I got up for a moment to look around. Suk Sung approached me and said, "Excuse me, my name's Suk Sung. I'm from Seattle." He had on a pretty interesting yellow shirt, always with an eye for fashion. And he said, "Man, you're sitting with some beautiful women. Would you mind taking me over there and introducing me? Are any of them single?" Now, I had never been approached like that by someone, but he was just so damn endearing. I laughed and I said, "Yes, I'm with my girl and her friends, and yes, a few of them are single." He said, "What do they do?" I said, "They work for MAC Makeup and model." And that's when he told me that he was a model from the modeling mecca of the world, Seattle, Washington. Handle it. I brought him to the table and introduced him, and he was surprisingly shy. Let me tell you, that was the last time I ever saw him be shy again. We stayed for a bit and then headed home, and everyone in the car said, "That guy Suk was really nice. What a sweet guy." About 6 months later, I was at a club called Firehouse, Tuesday nights, hip-hop night, where the DJ went by the name of Adam Goldstein, or DJ AM to most of us. May he rest in peace as well. I went to the outside patio, and Suk said, "Dave?" There he was, in a black shirt with a collar the size of Texas. And he said, "Hey man, how's it going? It's been a while. You know, I throw a big weekly party now called Vanity on Wednesday nights at the Garden of Eden." And he basically told me if I didn't go there on Wednesdays, I would be a social outcast. He had a way of making things sound incredible, and that it would be a mistake to miss his events. He was no longer shy, confident, and proud. It was a great transformation to witness. You could see how much he loved what he did, and how truly happy he was. That began a 17-year friendship with so many great times that I could talk about it for weeks, as we all could. It was a special time in both our lives, and for many of us in this room. We had fun, epic conversations, saw the sunrise more times than I'd like to admit, and we laughed till our stomachs hurt. We also always spoke about family and our love for our own. He was one of the people that was there for me when my father passed away, and I will always be grateful for that. He touched so many people. I unfortunately have dealt with a lot of loss, and normally at a funeral or a memorial, it's hard to find people to speak, but not for Suk Sung. That has not been an issue. We have multiple speakers this evening, So many people that want to talk and share their experiences. People he grew up with, went to school with, worked with, and people he gave jobs to or helped find them work. A couple of them cannot be here today, but I will read what they sent me. Ryan Cook, who some of you might remember, now lives in Canada and was one of Suk's children he took in and groomed to promote and work in hospitality. He wrote me this. This is from Ryan. 12 years ago, Suk and Herman decided a small-town kid from Canada with a big, ridiculous blonde afro should be their sub-promoter. If by chance you remember me, then a part of that is because of Suk. I worked there after with Suk for the rest of my time in LA, and never once did he get mad at me. If I failed, he said, work harder, dig deep, handle it, recognize. He brought millions of people together and brought joy to all of us, and is still bringing all of you together today in his memory. I'll never forget his big smile and him saying, hey, Cookie, every night I would show up to work. He was one of the nicest guys LA nightlife has ever seen, and the best humans I've ever met in my life. He brought all of us together, and for that we can all be grateful. Thank you for giving me a chance to be your friend, Suk. I love you. Rest in peace, Suk Sung. Christy Hartman was a high school friend from Seattle. She emailed me this morning and wrote this. Dear Dave, maybe you've already heard this from other hometown friends of Suk's that knew him and spent more time with him than I personally did. As a fan and high school classmate of Suk's, one of the things that I would like his friends and supporters in California to know is that for all of us here at home in Seattle, Suk was larger than life in every way. What made him so special was his ability to make everyone, big and small, feel like a VIP whenever they were in his presence. What a special gift. It is no wonder to all of us here that he should find success in friendship and a place among the stars. We all rooted for him. What makes it extraordinarily sad partying for us is that he made each and every one of us feel like a star in some way too. Somewhere along the way, I'm sure my classmates would want to join me in thanking his friends in California for helping Suk realize his dreams and for being there to support him over the years as friends and extended family. I am happy that Suk's life was very full and leaves behind so many happy memories for everyone. He'd have liked that very much. With gratitude to all, Christy Coates Hartman. What happened? Oh, okay. Recognize. Handle it, Asako. Give those girls some drinks. All right, now, these are just a couple examples of the effect that he had on people, and I know many of you have similar feelings and sentiments. I want to say to you, brother, you left an impression on me that will last my lifetime. You handled it, and we all recognized your greatness. I love you, may you rest in peace, and may you lay with angels. Thank you. Okay, now as I said, there are a lot of people that want to speak tonight. The first person I'm going to bring up is another old friend of ours from back in the day, Mr. Shane Anderson. Shane. You're walking on your own without a walker. That's impressive. Shane is pretty old.
Wow. I remember my first joke. Recognize! He's been handled. As Dave said, thanks Dave for a lovely tribute. My name is Shane, and first of all, I want to say I think we're at capacity. Anybody let me know if they see the fire marshal. I'll quickly hide the clickers. It's actually, you know, if Suk were here right now, he'd be freaked out because he wouldn't have enough drink tickets for everyone. I want to tell you a little bit about Suk and what he meant to me, but before I do, I'm curious, anyone in this room, if you currently or have ever worked in the bar or nightclub or restaurant industry, please stand up for a second. Recognize. So if you've heard this story or read this story, please indulge me, but I met Suk. My best friend Steve Schaefer, who came in from Vegas, is here. Steve and I were renting a house in the late 90s. I was working at a place called the Garden of Eden. Some of you may remember. And we were looking for a roommate. And somebody said, well, you should talk to this guy, Suk. And he's got a promoter named BJ. I'm sorry, I thought you said BJ? Yeah, Suk and BJ. No application, he's in. How can you not live with this guy? So Suk moved in, and it was the real world. You know what I mean? And I'm sure a lot of you do. We had a turnstile on the door, and it was just, it was the best in all ways. And Suk was phenomenal. And, you know, Suk had reached the highest rank possible for a promoter, but he was so much more than that. And, you know, promoters in this town often have a bad name, because a lot of times they'll come in and do their thing and leave. But Suk was just, he just never changed. He never changed. He was the same person that I met in the late 90s as he was to the last time that I saw him. You know, he always was more concerned about how you were doing. And he was a great guy, and he loved his friends, and he was fiercely loyal. And if he were here today, he'd be very pleased, because there's so much love in the room. You know, he was such a good guy, and we could have held this thing at the Staples Center. So I don't want to take up too much more time. I would just encourage you to stick around afterwards, share some stories with each other. Thank you for all the donations thus far. Again, as Dave mentioned, all the money spent at the bar goes to the family. So my condolences. And love you guys, so thank you very much.
Thank you, Shane. All right, now I'm going to bring another old school chap up. He goes by the name of Robbie. Some of you might know him as Robbie Drums. Again, from the Garden of Eden days, just to name a few other places.
All right, I'm not going to be as funny as Dave and as Shane were. My God, I had a whole funny thing. I thought it was funny. They killed it. Okay. I got two kids. This really hit me. Gandhi says, you must be the change you wish to see in the world. And Suk changed the world for me, and I think he changed it for every one of you here. Like, when I met him, I was I don't know if any of you know me, but whatever. I'm this guy who plays drums. And I party with almost everyone. So when I came here, he was like, dude, you're crazy. This is awesome. I love it. I play saxophone in a jazz band. It's dope. It's hot. I'm like, come on, let's jam together. No, but I'm a promoter. I'm like, what's a promoter? I don't even know what that is. I just moved here from Tampa, Florida, like literally off the sticks. Now I got a fancy haircut, whatever. I worked it out. Thanks to him. Anyway, he gave me the opportunity to come and play at his clubs. And at first I was like, DJ, famous guy, and live drummer. Then all of a sudden became DJ and Robbie on the drums. I'm like, I hate that. And then Robbie drums became this thing, and his effect has become generationally. When I was saying that, it's like my kids go to a private school and live in a beautiful house and have a great life directly because of the opportunities that Suk gave me. I mean, I built my life, my brand, my everything. My kids have Kaiser. Because of it. I'm not even kidding. Like, literally they have Kaiser now, and they go to a great school, and the whole thing. And it's directly because of his generosity. We built this thing. When I met Suk, he had these. I gotta ask this question. Do any of you remember Suk in the blue shiny shirt? Yeah. Right? Okay. I asked 30 people today. Nobody remembered me. And I was like, okay. He used to always have these two blue shiny shirts, and I was like, man, one day I'm gonna be able to afford a shiny shirt. I had a Nissan pickup truck and no dollars. I mean, no dollars, like nothing. Anyway, he went out and he said, dude, I'm gonna become the biggest promoter in LA. What the hell is this promoter thing? I don't even know what that is. And he went out and I'm like, what do you do? He goes, I put flyers on cars. No, 1997, 98, right at the turn. He put out 10,000 flyers in one night. Came up to this party in the hills. He's like, dude, I'm gonna be the biggest promoter in LA. And he was. And he did it. So big ups to Suk. We're all here because of him. Thank you. I know all of you. We all know each other because of Suk. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, Robbie. All right. Now I'm going to bring up one of Suk's many little sisters. He had a lot of them. I'll leave it at that. Ivana Firestone. Ivana, come on up.
I'm Ivana, as Dave said. I've been friends with Suk for about 16 years. And I can't think of a better way to remember Suk than to have a room full of his closest friends and family together. He'd be so excited to see how many people cared about him. Sure, everyone in this room has a great story that starts with, I remember the first time I met Suk. And that story usually ends up with, and we've been great friends ever since. Suk was the most kind and generous person I've ever met. And I don't mean generous with things that he gave. I mean generous with giving himself to people. He loved to make people happy. And he would do anything to make you smile. To the people here today, he was a son, a brother, a friend, an honorary uncle. But to me, he was just family. He watched over me when I moved to LA. And he was my best friend, and he always made sure that I was safe. He made sure I married the right guy. He was standing there when we exchanged our vows. He was an incredible uncle to my 3 children. And Suk, this does not get you out of that promise. I'm counting on you to watch over me and my family. Suk, we're all here tonight because we love you so much, and we're gonna miss you. I want you to know that you're gonna be in our hearts forever, and that the impact that you've had on everyone here will never be forgotten. I hope you found peace, Googler. I'm gonna miss you. Forever.
Thank you, Ivana. Okay, now as I said, I got a lot of people that contacted me and wanted to speak today. One of them I was surprised because I didn't know that him and Suk had a close relationship, and that's Joseph Kraft. Joseph, you can come up here.
There's a lot of people I haven't seen here in a very long time, and unfortunately, I wish it was under better circumstances. I'd like to start off with a quote that I feel is very appropriate for tonight's gathering. Do not protect yourself from grief by offense, but rather by your friends. It's amazing how many people are out here tonight, and it just shows what a good person he was. A lot of you knew him as a friend, a promoter, a business genius, a brother, the Korean dog whisperer. Whatever he was to you, I feel that we can all agree he was an amazing soul. Once upon a time when I was 20 years old, his only nightclub experience was going to Club DB, 18 and over. My boss at the time, Michael, I know you're here, I had told him that I was wanting to celebrate my 21st birthday at some place really awesome. And he said, you know who you need to talk to? There's this guy named Suk Sung. And I said, you gotta say that name again. And he said, just talk to him. And I hit him up, and I was so worried I was going to get his name wrong. So I decided to speak to this wizard of Hollywood, and I remember being so nervous. What came from our conversation was for me to come see this club and see if it's what I was wanting. The place at the time was called the Garden of Eden, as some of you know. I was mind blown. I knew that this is where I wanted to celebrate. Suk made it so comfortable for me. Fast forward to my birthday, I arrived, and Suk is there, within seconds saying hello, happy birthday, being as hospitable as ever, all while staring at his phone. He says, Joseph, I gave you an awesome area upstairs since I want you to have a great birthday. I go inside, and a few seconds later, he comes running up and says, Joseph, I'm so sorry. Kid Rock wants to have his concert party here, and the upstairs is very private. I asked him if he minded sharing it with you, but if you don't want him here, I can move him elsewhere. Seriously. And I laughed and I said, I'm sorry. Did you just ask me if I have an issue sharing this with Kid Rock? Why the heck not? Needless to say, the rest of the night was a blur. Kid Rock really likes to buy people drinks. I remember waking up and calling Suk to thank him for the best 21st birthday anyone could ask for. That would not be the last. Every year he would always ask me what I wanted to do for my birthday. He was just kind like that. Suk was someone who believed in everything I was doing. Even when I started managing musicians, he was always interested in how it was going. Soon again, he wanted me to have an epic birthday, so he said, hey, why don't we have your band that you manage play at midnight in the club? It was called My House at the time. Let's just say it was another perfect night. Suk and everyone involved, Dave, you were awesome. Once again, made it a memory I'll never forget. And I'm sorry to say this club, but Suk did the band thing in the club way before you. But I love Sayers. Suk was known by so many, and I look around and I see all these people here with nothing but love and happy memories of such a great man. If it wasn't for this special guy who believed in me, my life would have taken a very different path. So many of you who are here tonight, I would have never met if it hadn't been for him. It's like I could never stop saying thank you. Everywhere I go, I meet someone that somehow sprouted from meeting you way back when, 12 years ago. I look at Nicole, my girlfriend, and I remember when we met, and I saw a picture of the two of you, and I said, no way, you know him too? Wow. As it would happen, Nicole knew Suk since she was 12. It's amazing how we were all so connected in some way. I remember when I told you we were seeing each other, how excited you were. I remember when you said how great and wonderful she is. And I just spoke to you not so long ago saying thank you for always trying to help me with my artists. I promise I will make you proud. At least I got to say thank you. And I'd like to finish with these words. Perhaps they are not the stars, but rather openings in heaven where the love of our lost ones pour through and shine down on us to let us know that they are happy. The gift of grief is that it presents us with the opportunity to heal and grow. Thank you, Suk, for everything you are to me. My world would have been a very different place had I not had the pleasure of meeting such a beautiful soul. And Suk, whenever I do get to heaven, just make sure I'm on the list. I love you, man.
All right, thank you, Joseph. Now, Aaron is one of Suk's dearest friends, and he has asked Simon Rex and Mike McGinnis to come up and speak. Simon, I don't know if that's the proper name. What?
So these are obviously Aaron's words that I'm going to be reading from. I think it was a little tough for him to come up here and do this, so I got you. Mike will be doing it with me. One thing before I start, I just want to say, I don't think there's one picture you'll see of this man when he wasn't smiling. He had the best smile. He was so real. It wasn't that Hollywood fake smile like I do. It was like a real smile. He just lit up the room, and we're going to miss that. So, all right, this is from Aaron. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to celebrate the life of our dear friend, Suk Sung. My name is Aaron Suin, and Suk was my best friend. He would be the first to say that I am far from emotional, a man of few words. Yet as I write this, I've never been so emotional in my life, with so much I want to say and not sure where to start. I guess I could start with how we met. It was 2001 in Santa Monica. I bumped into him in my apartment hallway while I was moving in literally across the hallway. We faintly recognized each other and said hello, but he took that extra step and introduced himself.
My name is Suk, like suck my thumb. Giving me a thumbs up. It's strange, I thought. Ever since, we've been inseparable, and he became my brother that I never had. Although he was older symbolically, I'm not sure if I was the older brother or if he was, or maybe we just looked up to one another. We drove the same cars, going through 3 exact same makes and models at the same time. Those weren't the only models you guys went through. I don't know about the same time, but that's your department. We lived in 3 apartment complexes together: Sea Castle, Sunset and Vine, and the Turnberry. A lot of Turnberry people here tonight? He convinced me to share a place with him in Las Vegas while I still lived in LA, or maybe it was my way of coping with him moving, an excuse to visit more often than I should have. Many of us here can testify to the good times we had at all these apartments. He was my go-to person to go grab a bite with or to go see a movie, and I consider myself truly blessed to be able to see Texas Chainsaw Massacre and The Grudge with him. As you all know, he does not like horror movies. He would kick the chair in front of him, run while sitting in a seat, scream, and throw his popcorn in the air. He would say it was his quick reflexes from all the martial arts training, not his skill. If you were lucky enough to see Suk break out in an awesome spin kick or a crescent kick, and various moves from all his years of Taekwondo, he truly looked badass. Oddly enough, the only things I've ever seen him kick were walls, kitchen appliances, and VIP ropes. Never a single soul. Even when I would get into a fight, I would ask him where the hell he was. He would reply, stretching. That's a testament that Suk would never harm anyone, no matter how confrontational a person would be with him or his friends. He was the first person to try to defuse the situation. He never got angry and was probably the best negotiator and boss to many of the people that worked for him. I always told him that he handled his staff, who were also his friends, with more respect than I ever could, and he would reply, "No shit, you're an asshole."
Serious. He loved kids and was truly looking forward to having his own. He would force me to help his babysitting duties when he had his hands full. One time he left me with 2 girls, Isabella and Victoria, while he cared for a third, Alexandra. I would phone him 20 minutes later and say, "They're going nuts, how do I sedate them?" And he would just come to my rescue. His life was cut short his life was cut too short to have his own children. But his dogs were symbolically his kids who are here tonight. And he would spend more on dog treats and toys than he would on his own food and clothes. Definitely clothes. There have been many times we canceled plans to meet up because he had to go to the dog park. He would call himself the Korean dog whisperer. And I would reply, "No, the Korean dog feeder." Whichever it was, we both really loved our dogs and treated them like family. Fred, thanks for keeping him company at the dog park. He really enjoyed those moments. Like everyone, we have all our vices. He smoked too much, played marathon video game sessions with Patty, Craig, and Lowe's, ate too much fast food, and loved air conditioning set at 68 degrees. He would be very pleased with the air tonight. My vice was to play pranks on him, whether it be throwing firecrackers in his apartment to wake him up, or whenever he fell asleep in front of the TV, I'd turn the heat up to 80 degrees. Reminiscing about these experiences brings a smile to my face during a very dark time, and a smile that is truly what Suk brought to all of us. A funny and eternally loving person who would make us laugh even at his own expense. I would often ask him why he was still working in nightclubs. Although he didn't reply with a concrete answer, it just dawned on me. He liked being around all of us that are in this room here today. He liked to be able to see and talk to everyone on a weekly basis. He liked to continuously catch up with old friends and make new ones. And let's be honest, only Suk Sung could get this many cool people to Supper Club in 2014. I told you that one would go. And I want to say thank you to the Supper Club for having us. This is amazing. Great situation. Thank you all. Wendy, nice. Okay, no, seriously. I send my most sincere condolences to his mother, Sue, and his brother, Tak. Selfishly, I forever miss got me choked up. Selfishly, I forever miss the laughter we shared, the pranks I would play on him, and the trips to Korean barbecue. His life is duller. My life is duller without him. He is irreplaceable. All of this said, in Suk's own lingo, he would be the first to tell us that in his early departure, he got smoked, and that we will always be his legendary friends, and for us to just handle it and live our lives. And he would also throw in that heaven is off the chain. May he rest in peace, and God bless his soul. I will miss you forever. Aaron also wanted to put special thanks to Dave Osikow, Damon Kidwell, Herman Town, and Jordan Bucky, and for everyone that came together to pull this off. And I'd also like to throw in everyone that donated money for the family, and if you haven't, please do, for his services in Seattle is much appreciated. Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Aaron, I know is his bestie how difficult this is, and watching you smile at the things that you wrote and the things that you said, that's what I want you to remember, you know, when you get down, because he's never going to go away. You have those memories for the rest of your life, so please remember that. All right, Aaron? Okay, right now I'd like to bring up Sean Antonio, our Latin brother.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Holy shit. So guys, I'm Sean Antonio, and I came to visit Los Angeles back in 1998. I came here in August, and I was at my uncle Omar's modeling agency at the time. I looked at the wall, and I saw this really sexy Korean guy. I'm like, who the fuck is that guy on the wall? And he had this like chiseled jawline, he was dapper and sexy, and Omar goes, this is my guy from Seattle, Suk Sung. Excuse me? He's like, Suk Sung. I'm like, all right. He goes, he just started doing some events, and he wants you to come out and see what he does. So that following week, we went out to a place called the Garden of Eden. Yeah! And I walked around Garden of Eden. He first of all came outside and grabbed me, which I'm no one. I was a dancer from Miami. I had my own dance company. I was a big deal in Miami, but here I knew nobody. Suk walked me around the entire room, Garden of Eden, introduced me from David Drinkin, the owner, to every security guard, to every bartender. This is my guy from Miami. This is Sean. This is Omar's nephew, blah, 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 blah. He said, Sean, when you moved to LA, which I hadn't even planned at that point in time, I got a job for you. I go back to Miami 3 months later, moved to LA. Drove across country, picked up my life, and moved here. And I had no idea. I was 24 years old, my 1994 Jetta, my 19-year-old girlfriend, living in my uncle's room in his awesome house out Curzon, which is no longer there. But Suk 4 months later said, hey, Sean, I'm starting this new thing at the foundation with the House of Blues. Yeah. And he goes, I need you to join my team. I see you have fire and energy and light in you. He said that to me. And I'm like, how'd you see that? He goes, the way you look at me. And I was like, okay. He goes, all right, so here's what you do. You're gonna go out and bring hot people to a party every Sunday. I'm like, so I just walk up to people and say, hey, I'm Sean. Can I have your number? You're really hot. Come to our event. So for about 3 years, Suk trained me on how to do that. And you know what was so beautiful about Suk? He could see the light in us before we could see ourselves. Before we could see ourselves, Suk saw us. 3 years later, I decided to leave the Sunday Foundation Room event, which Ravi and everybody, half people in this room, Tommy Lastro, people pretty much started their careers because of Suk. Like everything that I am right now, standing here, 40 years old, happily married, successful, traveled the world, is because of Suk Sung. When I told him I was leaving that promotion, he said, Sean, I was waiting for you to put on your angel wings. He goes, your wings were sitting right here, man. And he said, go fly. He said, handle it. Wow. So the entire time that Suk was, he was my older brother. I didn't have anybody to look to. He just showed me the way. He constantly took care of me. Everywhere I went, I would be like, this is Suk Sung, he's my maker. He actually inspired me to go further, run faster, be bigger, be bolder, be unafraid, be fearless. He said to me, Sean, you be fearless. I'm like, what's fearless? He's like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I never heard that from anyone. And I did that because of Suk. This is one of the hardest losses I've had this year. I've been crying for 5 days. I haven't eaten much food. I haven't done anything but just reminisce about the amazing, amazing man, the angel that Suk is. And someone told me something really beautiful the other day. They said, Sean, they needed more angels up in heaven. They called him home. They needed him up there. And as a human, I struggle with losing people I love. And we all do. And we're all impacted by who he was and who he still is for us. And that smile, man. Look at that smile. Ah. He will forever live in our hearts, guys. Our job is to be bigger, faster, bolder, stronger, unstoppable. Follow our dreams. Keep our wings on every day. Let no become a yes. Be exactly who you're supposed to be and be the person that you're meant to be, no matter what anybody says to you guys. That's what Suk taught me. I'm sure he taught a lot of you guys the same thing. Now it's our job to be fucking unstoppable. So I recommend that all of you guys in there, whether you know me or not, be fucking unstoppable.
San Antonio, thank you, sir. Okay, Lance, are you out there?
Good evening. My name is Lance Rushing. I represent security. And I wanted to start this off in a different way. Security, yeah. Because there's a saying that I think really fits Suk, and it goes, he who dies with the most good times wins. And I think you can say, we all won with Suk, right? I first met Suk, I was working at a club, and I said, hey, what's your name? And he goes, my name is Suk, like fuck. And I'm like, right on, I like this guy right away. I knew he and I were going to be brothers. This guy was, like everyone else said, he was very genuine, and he treated everyone nice. Even security, he treated nice. You know, in Hollywood, we don't always get treated that nice. As a matter of fact, he would tell me, if you have friends, come to my party, I'll take care of you. And I'd come to this party with more friends that I told him I was going to have there, and he would invite us all in, and he would meet each and every one of them. And they would always go, that's a nice guy. And I go, yeah, that's Suk, man. You need to talk to him. Suk, I want to thank you, man, for being a real person and a loving person to me in this town, because, you know, in this town it can be kind of rough, and you don't meet those kind of people. And to his parents, you had a lovely son. He was a guy that really cared about people, very genuine. And when I heard about his passing, it just hit me. I was just like, man, I got to speak. I got to say something about Suk. And I just want to say, Suk, I love you, man, from now and forever, brother.
Thank you, Lance. Again, a true testament to how Suk treated everybody. Didn't matter if you were the biggest celeb, like Kid Rock, like Joe said. Is Kid Rock even a big celeb anymore? Or, you know, the smallest person. I guess he never was in the first place. All right, I want to bring one of Suk's fraternity brothers up, Sam Paola, to say a few words.
Hi, I'm Sam Paola, and I've never really talked to this many people before, so just bear with me. But I've known Suk for over 20 years. We went to the University of Washington together, and I just want to say his smile was as good as then as it is now. I mean, he definitely had an infectious smile. And the first time I met him, he comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, I'm Suk." And just like the other gentleman that talked, and I go, "Excuse me, what's your name?" And he goes, "Suk, you know, it rhymes with fuck." And like the other gentleman just said, "God, I really like this guy. I really like this guy. I like him. Hey, all right, guy." And then a couple things we did, lots of games, you know, Husky football games, Husky basketball games. Anybody here Huskies? Good job. All right. All right. But I do want to say something that maybe not all of you guys know, okay? He was a great saxophone player. Wasn't it? He was a great saxophone player. And I got to give you an example. So we're out of the fraternity, about 5 of us from the fraternity moved into this house in Seattle by Green Lake. And he and I actually roomed in the attic together, and there was other various rooms. It was a crazy house. And I had a girlfriend at the time, and I really wanted to impress her. I mean, I didn't have a lot of money. I mean, I'm not going to take her to a fancy, you know, dinner like Applebee's or something like that. So I said, "Suk." So he said, "No problem." So I'm in the room, and again, we're rooming in the same room. It's a big attic, and I'm with my girl, and Suk just comes in like he's playing in the front of the Staples Center. He goes in and plays his saxophone so well. I mean, he finally tuned. I mean, it definitely got me laid that night, so I was pretty happy. Thank you, guys. But here's the Suk. Again, you guys, thank you. Condolences to the family. Again, Tack and his mom. I mean, again, he was a brother to me, so thank you, guys. I'm honored to be here, so thank you.
All right, thank you, Sam. Sorry, I'm trying to get the air turned up a little bit. Okay. Now I'm going to bring up one of our old school guys as well. He goes by the name of Olo. Yeah. This is real deal Hollywood right here. All right, Olo.
So everybody knows Suk. If you didn't know him when you walked in the room, you found out probably within the first 30 seconds because he was doing things. And he was doing things for a lot of people. Everybody's already said pretty much what I needed to say, but I wanted to let you guys know that his influence reached past me into my family. Yes. Yeah. The things that he did, the things that he inspired me to do, the things that he inspired members of my family to do. Where you're at now, move forward, move upward, keep striving, don't stop. He was really precious, and I really appreciate the time that I had with him. It is a bittersweet moment now. It's a good time to remember that we're all here for each other, as he was for each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys being here. Specifically, I don't see a Star in the room, and I don't know if anybody else, if you wanted to speak or not, but specifically Star, and Razuli sends his regrets that he's unable to attend to pay proper respects to his family. God bless each and every one of you, and our hearts go out to you in this moment. If you require anything, please feel free to ask at any moment. Love to all of you. Be well.
All right, Olo. Thank you. All right, that was incredible. Okay, right now I'd like to bring up Jason Persley. Jason.
I don't have any jokes, but I have the Word of God. He would appreciate that. In an atmosphere and occupation that Suk was in, he never succumbed to the dark side, meaning he never forgot his friends. He did a job that few people could do, and he did it at a distinguished level, both casually and professionally. In a nightlife wrought with in excess of inconsequential fake people and friends, Suk Sung was the antithesis of it. Hear now the Word of God. A good name is better than fine perfume, and the day of death better than the day of birth. For it's better to go to a house of mourning than a house of feasting. For death is the destiny of all men, and the living should take that to heart. Please join me in quick prayer. Father God, I pray that we get a proper understanding of your power and authority over all. I do pray, Father, that we recognize that Jesus Christ came to save us from death and living a life in accordance with undying love and compassion in relationship with the Father will further lead us straight to heaven's door. My wish is that whosoever hears these words acquiesce to the potential seriousness of not sharing the gospel, the good news, with absolutely everyone they find a point of contact with, to engage in real talk about the one who came to seek and to save, for nobody enters to the kingdom of heaven but through me. Father God, I pray this evening, I thank all of these beautiful souls that have made it here tonight. I'm so terribly sorry for their loss. I pray that we all just remember to remember all the good times that we had with Suk, and that we remember what kind of person he stood for, all the things he stood for, and the overall type of person he was. I pray for all of his family and his friends that are here tonight. I pray for their overall well-being, and that you guard against anything that can come in the way of relationship with you. I pray all these things in Jesus Christ, Yeshua's holy name. Amen.
Thank you, Jason. Okay, now a huge part of Suk's life, as a lot of us know, is his dogs in the dog park. Dog seems to be doing well over here. Is Alan Murray in the room? Alan had called me. He had some funny dog park stories. Sounds like a show. Alan, are you here? Okay, I'll try to find him. Right now, I'd like to bring up Rune Arden.
Hello. All right. My condolences, first and foremost. I'm not good at public speaking. I just was sitting there and, like, people are missing the point to me. Is that Aaron, Shane, no one has touched as many people as Suk did, right? No one has. And if we could just, on a daily basis, try to live our lives and have that effect on other people, this world would be a much better place. And I just want people to realize that, and to remember, a lot of people know him from the partying and from the promoting and all this, but it was his nature. It was how he was raised, who he was that affected everyone here. So I hope on a daily basis that we can all try to live our lives in the manner that he did, and just to say, if I can affect people the way that he did, I want to be a better man, you'll be a better woman, whoever you are, and the world will be a better place. And that's really all I have to say. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Rune. Seth, are you out there?
Last time I was up on this stage, not everybody gets to say that, but my cousin, Suk, brought me up here, and we were standing here with Aoki, our other cousin, and we were going, yeah, the Asians own the building. I imagine Suk is going, you just did supporting role. Buddy, what's going on with what you're wearing? I'm like, Suk, I decided to dress up. I put on a sport coat, V-neck. Yeah, but come on, a tie would have been nice. But as I look out across the room tonight, I'm both comforted and realize it's a heartwarming feeling to see so many old and familiar faces, as well as so many new ones. And that was part of Suk's legacy, meeting new people and introducing them to his old friends, and watching the friendships and the businesses and the lives develop in ways that we had no idea they would ever come to be. As Robbie and so many others have said before, they would not be here without Suk. And I was at a loss for words the past few days, trying to figure out what it was I wanted to say in Suk's memory, because I believe it's important. Suk does too. And I wasn't able to. And I read everything on his Facebook page, and I read all these great and wonderful stories about how people's lives were changed, how he affected it in such positive ways, and all the great memories everybody was sharing. And I still couldn't find the inspiration to come up here and say something. And I know Suk would say to me, buddy, you gotta find it within yourself. And yes, he would say, handle it. That comes later. So today I'm standing there at the fridge trying to figure out what the heck I'm gonna talk about. And then it hits me, and it's staring me right in the face. It's a fridge magnet, of all things. Suk came to me through a fridge magnet. And I figured he said, I knew where he would go eventually. You're not a skinny guy anymore. By the way, I'm still better looking. Yeah, but I'm taller. So here's the fridge magnet, and I'll read it to you. When one door of happiness closes, another one opens. But often we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Helen Keller. And I saw that, and like a Mack truck, I knew what I had to talk about tonight. That as we do our best to remember and honor our dear, dear friend Suk, and we mourn him, and we mourn him for however long we do,
It's something that Suk should inspire you to do, and that's look for that open door. Whether it's to do the thing that you've always hesitated, fearful of not knowing what the outcome might be, whether it's a new job or move to a new place, ask a girl out, anything. Find inspiration from what Suk would do. Look to do something in his honor. And in that vein, I'd like to ask everybody looking around tonight, just turn to somebody standing next to you and give them a hug. And if you don't know them, hug them a little longer. Because that's what Suk would do. I love you, Suk. I love you all. You're outstanding. Recognize the mic drop.
All right, thank you, Seth. Okay, now I'm going to call up another young man that Suk took under his wing, showed him the ways of the world, only the way he could. CK, come on up.
I'm definitely not the best public speaker and wasn't prepared for this at all, but after hearing everybody here say handle it, I realized that's exactly what he would have said to me. I had the privilege of meeting Suk. When area closed down, it remodeled. It was called Industry for a short period of time. And I was working my way up in the promoting world. And I hoped to come across the street, and I was doing pretty well. And Suk said, come over. JT's bartender. JT. Walk back in the back room, and Suk yells at Justin Timberlake to make me a glass of champagne. Wait. Whoa. I had no idea what was going on, and I didn't know what the next 5 years of my life would ever be like. And it was, I've been able to be next to this man for 5 years and learn everything from him. And I've really been at a loss for words right now, but I can say when I found out the news, it hit me hard. And yet, has anybody seen Suk Nam Style? I saw this video pop up, and I laughed and cried. I had to watch it over about 10 times. I had realized what effect this man had on my life. He's Uncle Suk to my daughter. He's the best friend of me. I spoke to him the night before, and I'm dearly going to miss him. And I want to thank him for everything he did for me and my family. And I can't keep speaking, but he was one of the most incredible people. So thank you, Suk, for everything you did for me. And my condolences go out to his family.
Thank you, CK. All right, guys in the back, if we can keep it down there, please. Out of respect, I'd appreciate that. We're almost done here. All right, Herman, where you at? All right, Herman is one of Suk's longtime friends and partners, not in life, in work.
Let's make that very clear. All right, so I'm not good at this. All right. So I love the way these people, my friends, have come together and made this happen. There's a lot of stress, a lot of love. So I figure Suk would bring us all together even in death, right? First of all, I'd like to say thank you for all being here, of course. Been overwhelmed with so much love and support. And thanks for all the pictures. Suk would be very honored and happy to witness this. Obviously, he is. I've never felt so much love from Suk. He's actually been talking to me very strongly in the past few days. So I decided to define his two favorite sayings, which everyone's been talking about today. Which pretty much wraps up his passion to lead, his love for friends and family, and the respect he had to command. Handle it.
Okay.
As in, to deal with the situation. But not just to deal with the situation, but to always deal with the situation in a way that is done skillfully and efficiently. To behave in a stated way, to always be cool, and try to handle all requests professionally, even when people are rude. To act in a certain way, always in a way where people knew you were in charge, but with some mystique. To tell someone, go do what you were told what to do, but with a smirk, so you didn't feel like you were being told what to do. Right? Basically, to be in charge, to handle it. To recognize. To show official appreciation of, to basically show some respect. Because respect is earned, and Suk definitely earned it.
Yep. Yes.
Right? And to always choose your battles wisely. Because in this industry, we come across a lot of battles, right? But to always lead by example also. To acknowledge their existence. To remember a rare person like Suk, who went out of their way to accommodate people and to make sure everyone had a smile on their face. Whether it was a shoulder to cry on, a kind word, a good laugh, plotting the next game plan, loving his friends, loving his family, loving his dog, or just to take care of lunch at the office. I mean, we were here every day for a long time. I met Suk a long time ago. We ran the Garden of Eden, which obviously is iconic for years. So yeah, we worked together for a good 10 years. And he was my boy. So to be validated because you deserve it. Suk was my friend and my confidant. I told him secrets, he'd tell me secrets, and it's just always between him and I, because we ran shit. So thank you for these 2 words to live by, and I will truly miss you, my friend. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Herman. Okay, I'd like to call Manushka up now.
Hello. Well, thanks to Suk Sung, I am now Chef Manushka. I moved out to Los Angeles about 16 and a half years ago from Miami, Florida. I'm not very close with my family. My family originally in Miami came from a club called Liquid. Within the 8 months of moving here, and from this meeting, Mr. Suk Sung, I was introduced to my LA family at the Garden of Eden. I've spent all my life craving a relationship with my mother. So to see Suk's mother here tonight, I recognize and appreciate the love, the support, the value that you put in him. And because you did that, we're all better people. This loss has me gutted, so I can't even imagine what it's like for you and Tate. So I just wanted us all to just take a moment, stand up, and thank Suk's mother for doing such an amazing job. We're all better people. Our children will be better people. The people that come into our life will be better people because of you. And I'm so incredibly sorry for your loss, but so incredibly grateful for your gift. Thank you.
Thank you, Chef Manushka. All right, as we go throughout tonight, a lot more people are coming up to me, and we could stay here for days talking about how incredible he was. But I want people to enjoy themselves catching up. I want people to buy drinks. Tony Daly, I know, is here, and he's rich as shit, as we all know. So buy some bottles, Tony. And let's make the family some money to pay for a proper funeral. So, I will end it with this to your beautiful family. I don't know what suck means in Korean, but to me it means king. He was a true king. Thank you. My friend Charlene posted this today on social media, and I think I will end it with this. It's beautiful. It says, "Your life was a blessing, your memory a treasure. You are loved beyond words and missed beyond measure." We love you, Suk. Good night. Everyone get home safe. Thank you.